So yeah, I've been living at a homestead and working with seeds and seedlings and watching the miraculous process, even harvesting seeds right off of plants that have died, putting them back into a soil, watering them, and watching them come into their first leaf, which isn't their final stage at all. Far from it, actually, you know. So you start off as an idea, a potential, a seed of intelligence, a potential of abundance, really. There's all this potential for abundance in different ways you can crack open, right? In the right environments. In the right environment, though. I was talking to a friend who really has been receiving messages to away, and I'm sure you walking late. Ooh, get out. It can move out of your house or move out of your own way, right? Change your mind. Be transparent. Either way, no, I'm about to leave the country, right? Just for that reason, because it will give me opportunity to be present and to just be inspired. I have no control. I don't know anything. I don't know anyone. Everything is open. So I'll be open if I want to have a good time. Or I could shut myself off, shut myself down, become afraid, live in anxiety, hide under the cover, and then those are choices and options. So I've been enchanted by the process, and I'm just saying it's all necessary. Please don't allow that bitterness to creep in, like you're already supposed to have arrived and that you're doing something wrong, you're on the wrong path, you're doing the wrong things, the money isn't flowing fast enough, the ideas are there, but you can't do anything with them because you're not ever right. But at the same time, you're never wrong. And it's really not until you soften up on yourself and just allow yourself to breathe. Give yourself some breathing room. Let yourself be. And all of this mostly is coming from comparing yourself to others. You're comparing yourself to, admit it. You're comparing yourself to me right now. When really, honestly, if you decide to take your attention, feelings, money, and put it towards in a direction and figure out what you want, you'll be on your way, wouldn't you? And it really is that easy sometimes. Sometimes you'll realize there's really nothing holding you back. It never was. When you just push a button and go. You're like, you know what? What is stopping me? So the F what? I don't have it all figured out. Do you think that the seeds know what it's going to become when it gets placed in the soil, or is it just in the moment with the soil? In this kind of cocoon or nebulous of potential growth, where they're soaking up that water, being warmed or cooled by the soil, and and cracking open, right? You crack open and you let it in. You have to let it in. And you see, that's where a lot of people get stuck in their evolution. You have to let that shit in. You have to let something seep in and maybe water yourself with tears, you know? Sometimes you just have to be still. Sometimes you have to go no contact and just, you know what, well, and it don't necessarily be that people are doing you dirty and everybody's toxic, because I'm tired of that narrative as well. If everyone's toxic and you're the only person on earth that's not, that makes no sense. You're actually isolating yourself because you're toxic. That's really the truth. It's like you don't know how to communicate with love yet. Be assertive. Be understanding towards yourself and other people. The same things you accuse other people of while you're being in no contact, you're learning those things, aren't you? Those zoomies just really fighting me because he came in like a racing horse right next to me. Why? That must mean something for someone. And maybe sometimes even the fear of being left behind, right? Because someone is zooming past you is also can be used to get you moving, right? So you don't have to get caught up in jealousy or self-hatred, which people will project as like, you think you're all that, you think you're better than me. But you can be like, you know what, let me be inspired. Let me be inspired to walk my walk. Because I can't walk their walk or her walk or his walk. I can't talk like her, but I can be myself. So we were talking about how it's not necessarily, the no contact isn't necessarily because people are toxic. It's because you're in the training ground of how to stand in your 808, as I looked at the clock to check the time. Stand within your own power, and eights are about your coming into your individual power. And of course, that being, go to part 3.